Today I want to talk a bit about staying with difficult emotions and staying in general. There's a great strength to staying with oneself or yourself when you're experiencing turmoil or experiencing anything really emotional. Some ways of dealing with or responding to those types of emotions maybe to not deal with them. Where do they go? Somewhere. Stored possibly somewhere in the body. And at different times they will look to emerge and they will look to be expressed. They will probably ask you to come out at different times, and it will be your choice whether you allow them to come up then or keep them stored for another while. There's a huge power and strength that comes from harnessing them in a way, being there with them, allowing them, being an allowance of them is empowering, because you are pretty much sitting through a storm. There's an ease that comes after that, holding on to yourself in that moment, and really it's an acceptance of the sensations or feelings or emotions that you're feeling. It's the acceptance of whatever it is. Actually, it doesn't even have to have a name. It's just simply an acceptance of what's happening in your body that allows for that empowerment and that calmness and stillness that comes after. It may be a long time after, it may be a second after, it just depends on your own makeup, and it depends on what you're willing to experience in that moment, whether you're willing to experience it fully or partially. That will dictate the length of the process. The point is that there is a huge strength to being an acceptance or allowance of what you are experiencing, the sensations in your body, whether it's physically painful or emotionally. Usually it has come from some trapped emotion or unexpressed emotion, and maybe it's showing itself in a physical pain. Your body will tell you. Your body will dictate the way that you need to, or the way that you are able to receive it. But the strength that comes from acceptance and allowance of those emotions brings with it a huge stillness, and it is empowering, and it's also clearing you of that unexpressed emotion, so that maybe you can let it go and move on in a way that may have in a way that where you may have been restricted before. So there's a huge benefit in doing that for you and for everybody, and it's natural and it's progression, and there is a huge strength in clearing out unexpressed emotions. And if you are avoiding them in order to cope, or avoiding them because it doesn't suit you in that moment to deal with them, that is perfect also. Just that if there is an opportunity that comes up for you to deal with them, or you're choosing it now, there is a huge strength in doing that, and there is a huge strength in moving beyond that. But in order to do that, the way is through. In doing that, what would be required is a safe environment and a safe space, so that whatever comes up can be held and supported. And to have people around you that can support you in those times is paramount. Also, to be able to support yourself by being an allowance of and not judging or criticizing your sensations or your emotions is really important. You know, what upsets one person won't upset another. So to be an allowance of you as an individual is paramount, and is really, really what will help you. Because if you are not nice to yourself and somebody else is trying to be nice to you, that won't really register, and you may have some difficulty receiving that support. So in order for you to get the utmost and the fullest out of that supportive environment or interaction with that person, to be very, very nice and loving with yourself, and an allowance of anything that comes up for you is essential. Also, within that environment, there can be a fear around what will come up or how much will come out, and that's okay too. Working through that and finding a moment in time or a space where within yourself where you're okay with whatever comes will yield you a huge sense of peace and calmness, really, in amongst that emotional storm. I think that's it for today. I hope that's knitted together in some way, shape or form, and that's it. Thanks.